The U.S. says that Monday's action was taken in conjunction with its allies and partners in response to the attack on UK soil and to other Russian actions aimed at destabilization in the U.S. and around the world. This list shows the 1.5 dozen countries that announced expulsions simultaneously on Monday, among them Canada, Germany, France, and Ukraine. On Monday, the White House Deputy Press Secretary was asked why President Donald Trump, when speaking last week with Vladimir Putin and congratulating him on his election victory, didn't address this issue as sternly. This was the response.
The poisoning in the UK that has kind of led to today's announcement was a very brazen action. It was a reckless action. It endangered not just 2 individuals who were poisoned, but many civilians, many innocent civilians. And this is not the type of conduct that the United States or allies can accept. But the president still remains open to working with the Russians on areas of mutual concern, counterterrorism, for example, and others. But you know, that's really up to the Russians to decide.
Of the 60 Russian nationals and their families being expelled from the U.S., 12 are based at the Russian mission to the United Nations. 48 are from the Russian consulate in Seattle. Senior administration officials said they are all intelligence operatives and that particular consulate had the highest concentration of them. They said their covert operations threaten America's national security, and they gave them 1 week to leave. Now, the White House said this was all done in coordination with the UK, that the U.S. president had been speaking frequently with British Prime Minister Theresa May, and that this was about sending a unified message. Senior administration officials said there are currently more than 100 Russian intelligence operatives working in the U.S. This round of expulsions would take that number down to at least 40. The White House said it reserves the right to respond to any Russian retaliation to Monday's decision. Roee Ruttenberg, CGTN in Washington.